You would think that somebody who's a teacher would
Sure.
think to do that.
Well, here we are.
All right, cool.
All right, so ready?
Yeah, go.
So first of all, everything went great. Honestly, this was, I would say the tear was probably not quite as bad as the MRI kind of predicted.
Love it.
So we're actually going to get to move quicker with him. It's going to be a quicker recovery, less time in a sling.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
nobody's happier to hear that
I
than
get
am.
it. So it'll be 2 weeks instead of 6.
I
All
love
right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's look and see what we did there. So
Okay.
first thing we're going to be looking at, this is the ball in the socket. The white
Mm-hmm.
covering of the ball in the socket is the cartilage. Looks great. As I kind of turn my scope up, this is the biceps tendon. This is the undersurface of the rotator cuff. A lot of fraying of that rotator cuff.
Mm-hmm.
But once we clean it up, you'll see it's not like really ripped off the bone. It's just a little bit of wear and tear.
Yeah, okay.
But as we look here, this is the biceps tendon as it comes into what we call the labrum. There was a lot of fraying, kind of beat up of that labrum. So one of the things we do is I take a little device, kind of snip the biceps to get it off the labrum, and then I just relocate it to another part of the ball with a little plastic screw.
Okay.
This is one of the rotator cuff tendons in the front called the subscapularis. So that looks good. But after we get so again, now we just cleaned up some of that undersurface fraying, and I mean just the most minimal amount. It really looks good and healthy underneath. So then from there we go above. Now we go on the top side of the rotator cuff. This is the top side again, just more wear and tear, nothing ruptured off the bone. So if we kind of, depending on what the type of tear is. So if the tear is ruptured off the bone, clearly we're using suture anchors and things like that to put it back down. If it's still attached, it's just kind of beaten up, then we just kind of put the collagen patch on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we kind of clean it up. I take a lot of pictures to show we really looked at this thing in detail. And then we turn our scope above. This little bone spur he had above that rotator cuff, kind of digging down into it.
Yep.
So I take a burr and I just spend some time and flatten it out so it's not digging down here
Oh, yeah,
anymore.
I see that. Okay.
Then I go into this area over here. I turn my scope upside down, so we call it the AC joint. These two bones kind of grind on each other with some arthritis, so I take the burr and I take out about 5 millimeters of the clavicle. So now there's just a little space in between the two bones so they're not grinding on each other.
Yeah.
Then we go back to look at the rotator cuff. Top side looks good. I even put my scope back underneath just to make sure we weren't missing anything.
Yeah.
And then we just cover it with this little collagen patch. I use these like 4 little staples just to secure it to the top side. That way where it's kind of thinned out and beat up a little bit, it'll just kind of help. It'll kind of grow into it, help create that thicker, healthier tendon he's used to.
Okay.
So you let it run so you can hear the whole thing. So we're going to move faster. So sling for 2 weeks. We're going to get y'all a new protocol. So for physical therapy, we still want to start in 2 days and all that stuff. But it's only going to be sling for 2 weeks. He is not fragile, okay? We need to protect his biceps some. You know, we need to protect the biceps. But other than that, he's not fragile, okay?
Got it.
Typically, they will change his bandage in physical therapy, so you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Okay.
If they don't, y'all can change in 2-3 days little waterproof bandages.
I got some at home.
Good. Ice it down.
We got the ice machine thing.
Perfect. You can start today. You can use it as much as you want. You can even take the sling off, prop his arm up on a pillow if you want.
Okay.
But certainly for the first 2 weeks, it's going to be still passive motion. The physical therapist move for him. But in 2 weeks, then I'm going to let him start using it.
I love it.
Some stuff. So we're going to move quicker.
That's cool.
But
I love hearing
he's going to do great.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. What was I going to ask you? As far as the sling is concerned, we wear it all the time.
Yeah, for the first 2 weeks, I still would. Look, if he's sitting on the couch and wants to come out of improper pillow, that's fine. Or if he's...
You didn't say that, though.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But, it's safer that
He
way.
just wants to play his video games.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
He could probably find a way to do it bizarre.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he'll figure it out. I have no doubt.
I'm
I
sure
told
he
him,
will.
I said, he'll be...